Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and this is a quick follow-up to yesterday's video where I, along with some others, had highlighted that we noticed XRP was missing from the new launch of the Ripple Liquidity Hub. And having XRP not there, well, it was, my thoughts were, was this just a temporary thing? Was it a jurisdiction thing? Was it because of a settlement agreement? Or was it, and this was a joke where I made the winking faced emoji, a PR mistake? And so what's interesting is John Deaton weighed in on that. John retweeted with the comment, over a year ago, I said, despite Ripple's growth internationally, people were underestimating the damage this lawsuit was causing. My international friends would comment that Ripple doesn't need the US. Not true. It may be diminishing, but the US market is critical. I think most everybody agrees with that. And we also thought it was quite strange that there was just too much of a disconnect for Ripple not to include XRP. About 5 hours later, after many people started to talk about it on Twitter, we received an announcement from Ripple that they had updated the press release. The update was this paragraph as follows. XRP will be evaluated along with other tokens for support within the product. We look forward to supporting XRP as it receives regulatory clarity in the US. So, yep, it was definitely due to the lack of clarity. John Deaton was correct, and in my video, I had guessed also that the use case would be added after the lawsuit. Attorney John Deaton commented again that the CEO of PayPal met with the SEC when Clayton was chairman before PayPal offered crypto, just before the lawsuit dropped. PayPal didn't list XRP. Why? The lawsuit was coming. Then Robinhood. Now Ripple's Liquidity Hub. The lawsuit has been a big deal, and I'm not talking about price. And one more time, another comment from John. I've seen a lot of comments, many of them angry about Ripple not listing XRP with Liquidity Hub after selling billions. Many are pissed, I think because they were vocal against Coinbase for suspending XRP. I wasn't surprised, and that's why I said it's no doubt about the case. Exactly. We should be angry with the enforcement action that was taken against Ripple and XRP, I wrote, because it's resulted in not being utilized in Liquidity Hub. Don't be angry with the people who noticed XRP was not included. You're not going to find $800 price predictions on this channel, and that's okay if that's the kind of content that makes you feel good. I know that there's one thing that will stay constant. For years, for 5 years, I've been accused of being a Ripple plant, being paid to shill the digital asset XRP. And I've also, at the same time, when my research leads me to more of a critical think that's not fitting for the hopium hunters, I get called a fudster. So I don't have any expectations that that will change. Everybody should have an opinion. And here is attorney Jesse Hynes. He says, to be honest, he doesn't see this as a good sign. He's talking about Ripple, the company, taking XRP out of the Liquidity Hub solution. He says, I don't want to get into my conspiracy brain out there, but it's my opinion you only remove XRP if you know something is coming. I truly hope I'm wrong, but I think people can't defend Ripple for this and be mad at Coinbase for delisting. So yeah, I'm not going to say anything except that I really do believe if you want to listen to $800 price predictions, that's good. If you want to hear people who think that this is a bad thing, that's good. We all need to have this balance, this incredible community that has opinions from every corner, every angle, and I think it's very healthy. So yeah, I'm still igloo shopping, everybody, and I do need at least 6 bedrooms. Okay, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.
So, what gets you excited in the space? What are you seeing on the applications? Because you've got VC side as well, right? So you get to see applications being built. It was the CEO of Microsoft is like, blockchain, it will have its chat GPT moment at some point where somebody comes up with a killer application that scales. I mean, it could even be the central bank digital currencies, which everybody would hate, but it's a start, right? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think we've seen. I think our space is. I think the crypto space in general is pretty poor at sort of acknowledging the wins it's had over the journey that I've been in the space, and it's pretty quick to dismiss some of the tech that's here to stay and has a real stay in power and it's been super successful. The first one of those that I put in that sort of category is stablecoin. Well, I don't think, and you'll probably get it given your background, but I don't think most people in crypto understand just how groundbreaking stablecoin tech and what is unashamedly an unsexy use case, but just how incredibly disruptive that is. As someone that's grown up in this part of the world and spent a whole bunch of time through Southeast Asia and other jurisdictions, I don't think a lot of the world gets that, how difficult it is for small users to access US dollars. And so the ability for a small user or an investor or whoever they may be in a small Southeast Asian country has never had access to US dollars or a US dollar type bank account before stablecoins came along. And so the ability for them to use a phone app and have $5 of US dollar stablecoin on their phone and be able to move that at a fraction of a cent is an extremely disruptive thing for the world's financial sort of infrastructure. And I think crypto kind of just sort of moves on and doesn't sort of give those those disruptive things the credit that's there. And then you look forward to then DeFi came along and we've got things like Uniswap or SushiSwap where you effectively democratize the provision of liquidity. And again, something that you sort of understand that the order books on exchanges have become the domain of a very few and fortunate group of investment banks and hedge funds, right? And so the ability of people to earn money from their capital from providing liquidity hasn't been available for small users for probably 10 to 15 years. And along came these kind of crazy ideas about Uniswap and Uniswap originally, and this bizarre idea that, we're just going to source liquidity from whoever wants to provide it, which is an extremely disruptive kind of thing, right? But they've just achieved that, and they've provided again this completely new way of looking at exchanges and the ability to trade assets. And stepping back to where I sort of started that discussion we had around what gets me excited about the space. One of the things that I first sort of saw, it was that sort of disruptive idea that just would never happen in traditional markets. No one in an investment bank would ever have that idea because they just don't have. You just get sort of ring fenced and you just kind of get taught in the ways that this is how things have always been done. You can't think of the idea of providing a completely open and liquid market where anyone can sort of provide that liquidity. And then we come to our sort of latest iteration through the cycles and this idea of things called NFTs, right? And again, it's just a validation, I guess, of our original view that this space has been really good at bolting on new use cases as it sort of moves through time, like any disruptive tech does. We start with Bitcoin and that sort of transfer of value. We move to stable coins and ERC20 tokens. We move to DeFi, and each one of these is getting more complex, right? And more complex and more potential individual generating activity. We move to DeFi, which proves that you can build complex apps using this technology. And then we have this sort of crazy left field idea around NFTs that just sort of seems insane at the start, but we've now bolted that on as a huge potential use case that has a whole bunch of new kind of users to the space and a whole lot of new sort of applications possible in the space of a year or two.